23 years old, and he's returned to his old home in Louisiana to reconnect with mainstream society. Bill's played by an Essex boy whose career is now red hot. Will you please welcome the man himself, Mr. Stephen Moyer? Let's hear you.
Hello, nice to meet you. Hello, mate. How are you?
I've got me choppers in, Stephen, in your honour. Do you think?
Oh, look at them.
Aren't they fabulous, eh?
Are they real?
They're on a plate.
Oh.
But you
I've got them, look.
Oh, you have, yeah?
Yeah.
Are they real?
These are real, but these aren't the ones we use, but...
Because yours, like, go when you get sexually aroused, don't they?
Easy.
Yeah, no, they don't.
Don't look at me like that.
I had mine in. They're so comfortable. I had mine in the house.
That is amazing.
And I went to farm shopping and I forgot.
Well, did the dentist make them up for you?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, look, there's a bit that's got your take out. Look, hang on.
Oh, my God, look at that.
Me teeth
I mean, that is actually... They're very similar.
They're good, aren't they?
They're very similar to the ones that we use.
Are yours comfortable?
They took a little bit of getting used to, because when they first made them, they put like a plate on the back of them. So it was like having having a retainer in when you're a kid, you know. And yeah. We'd all be sitting around, kind of waiting with our teeth and going, you know, oh, I've been having a terrible time this year, I haven't worked at all, you know. It'd be all of that. And then I'd go, OK, get your teeth in, guys. Or sorry, now I said to my agent, if you don't get me up to that thing. And so it took quite a lot of time to get used to it. And then they took the back plate off, and they're just like that now.
They're brilliant.
And you can use them quite normally.
They are. They're very handy. Very handy.
What do you use them for, Paul?
Oh, just for scaring the villagers.
Yeah, obviously.
Now, there's a murderer on the loose, isn't there? I'm not going to say anything because I've seen it and I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah. There is there's basically when my character arrives, he is sort of a pariah. He's kind of everybody thinks because he's a vampire that he is trying to, you know, he's going to come in and he's going to cause some havoc, and it's not him.
Yeah.
It's made to look like it's him.
Yeah.
But it's actually what Alan Ball, who's written the series, has done. He wrote 6 Feet Under and American Beauty, and what he's done is he's kind of made the vampire the one who's trying to live the normal life, and the human characters are the ones with the foibles, and
he's very moral as well, isn't he, your vampire? He's like...
He's trying to live a decent life. He's trying to be a
And do you live forever?
I live forever as long as I don't get staked, or...
Of course.
Unless I meet the sun, or... Yes.
Garlic?
Garlic, we play with a kind of thing.
It's slightly irritating, you say in the series, don't you? Slightly irritating.
I get irritated by garlic, but it doesn't actually kind of...
Yeah, crucifixes don't bother. Silver.
That's a good moment, isn't it, in the crucifix?
That's fabulous in the church.
There's a church sequence where I walk in and everybody's worried, and I go up and I take the American flag off a cross, and he says, look, I didn't get touched by this, and they're all kind of now freaking out because they don't know what he's going to do next.
Yeah. No, it's great. It really is great. And I mean, he's been in the Civil War, hasn't he?
He's an American Civil War soldier. He was in the Confederate Army, and it was quite interesting actually because I didn't really know about that particular period of history, and so I read up on that. I read up on the American Civil War. And we tried to base my accent, because everybody else is speaking...
Your accent is brilliant, by the way.
Thank you very much.
This is why I'm finding, after listening to you now, all these episodes all weekend...
I tried to make my accent much more of a kind of old-fashioned, gone-with-the-wind type accent, and everybody else's accents are sort of like a Reese Witherspoon, sort of Sweet Home Alabama kind of sound, and so mine is much more kind of old-fashioned.
Oh, he's very sexy and broody, Julian. You know,
really?
He appears on your porch like that, bang.
Sounds fabulous.
And now I'd have a heart attack of rice. I mean, it's this...
Yeah, he's also he can move at, like, the speed of sound.
They have fabulous powers. I mean, I'm quite...
I can't fly.
I know. Can't you fly?
Gutted.
No. Can't you fly?
Maybe the next series.
Yeah.
Suddenly...
I got to practice, obviously. I just, like, sit outside and...
Well, look, we've got a clip. There's a lot of nudity in it, isn't there?
Yes,
There's some really racy bits.
There is.
I blessed myself and blushed, and I was on my own.
We've got a really crazy demographic. It goes from, like, 18-year-olds up to 80, and they all go to each other's houses on Sundays and watch it and have parties and stuff. And I mean, I couldn't watch this with my mum. It would be...
My mother would be saying, turn that off!
Yeah?
And I'd get up to stand up, she'd go, leave it. Yeah. Turn it off, leave it. I'm going to keep my eye on this.
Yeah.
Do you know what's odd, Stephen? I've watched the entire first series over the weekend. Now, I've got two friends, I'm going to shame them here. They're two fang bangers. They really are.
You better explain what
Yeah.
fang bangers
A
are.
fang banger is a woman who likes vampires, or a man who likes vampires, isn't it? Who is sort of drawn to vampires, and, you know, will only, like, be, you know, like a groupie or something Aussie, but it's vampires, isn't it? So two women of a certain age, who, after they salivated over Buffy and Angel, I got you then.
Yeah.
So I said, right, OK, we'll watch this. And they're like... What is it with women and vampires?
Well, it's not only women.
And men as well.
Yeah.
What is it, though? What's the attract about having your neck sort of...
I don't know.
Julian's got his shirt down, ready and wet.
I don't know. I mean, I get asked that question a lot, and I think it's to do with the undead and the fact that you can live forever, but I think there's a kind of old-fashioned sexiness about it, in that most vampires are from an older time where they've got courtly manners and virtue, but they could attack you and overpower you in seconds, and it's that sort of old-fashioned being treated well, but you could be...
Any minute you could be
attacked and dominated.
Julian's salivating here, look in the middle.
And they only go out at night, don't they?
Yes.
So that's handy.
See, that'd suit us.
It means you can get on with your life.
Yeah, do housework during the day.
Yeah.
Do you know what? They live in fabulous houses, vampires. Look at Bela Lugosi's castle. I mean, your house is gorgeous.
My house is pretty cool.
And then you had Interview with a Vampire. They had some beautiful gaffs they lived in.
Yeah.
So you only go out at night. You can kip all day, Aussie. We'd love it. We'd absolutely love it.
Ozzy's like the original vampire.
He is,
I could have
Ozzy.
based Vampire
He's the
Bill
High
on Ozzy.
Priest, the Dark Prince himself. And then, of course, they can cure diseases. I never knew this, vampires. Vampire blood can cure all diseases.
We play with the idea that that if I take your blood and then replace you with, you know, give you my blood by you biting my wrist, that will give you sort of super powers and sort of superhuman strength, and that is exactly what happens to Anna Paquin's character. And she starts being able to sort of sense things and smell things differently and hear things differently, and she's more sexually aroused, and all sorts of fun.
I love it when her brother drinks the entire phial of vampire blood.
Yeah.
And he has a strange
It's a bit saucy, that, isn't it?
It is very saucy.
It's a saucy
But it's a
episode,
saucy series. I mean,
is,
there's a lot of nudity in it, sexual content. But it's brilliant. I mean, I'm hooked. I've said this. When's the second series out?
Well, we've shot it already. We did it in... We finished in July, and that's already been out, and it sort of doubled its ratings this year, and so we start again in December. Yeah. But you're getting the first season.
Do you find doing the love scenes, you know, like a lot easier when you're engaged to your co-star?
It helps.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we practice a lot at home.
How did you manage to keep the relationship so secret for so long?
Well, I mean, the two of us both felt very strongly that we didn't want our... It's so hard to get a job like this.
Yeah.
To get a gig like this is a really tough thing. So many people are trying to do it in America and here, that when you get that job, you don't... Everybody else is... You sign for 7 years. And
7 years?
7 years. And we didn't want people to think that we were just doing something really fickle and stupid and sort of... And just the two stars are kind of having a thing, and when it's people's livelihoods that you're playing with. So until we knew that it was a serious thing, we kept it very private.
Do you get the paps chasing you everywhere?
Yeah, Anna and I have got that quite a lot at the moment. But we're just a normal couple, you know. She gets up and has coffee, and I bite her neck and feed on her.
She's great, Nick, by the way.
She is great.
She's really quirky. She's got loads of charisma.
She's lovely.
She's smashing. Now, I know this... Well, this is what they've told me. You miss these very much.
Yes.
Scotch eggs.
Scotch eggs.
Is that true?
It's one of my things,
well,
and
here's four for you. Straight out of the fridge.
Are they good? Where are they from, these?
Huge.
They are big ones.
They're massive, aren't they? Where'd you get these Scotch eggs? Oh, did you?
Thank you very much. Good ones.
Listen, thanks for coming on, and congratulations with the
Thank
series.
you, Paul.
It's brilliant. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, please. Let's hear it for Mr. Stephen Moyer.
Thank you.
Oh, I broke me teeth.